Hi guys, I'm starting this episode just where I left in the last one. I just came across the border to Slovakia from Czechia, and the plan is to cross Slovakia and ride to Hungary. Then I will cross Hungary and ride down to Austria, and finally get to the Alps. So just stay tuned. So this is Slovakia. For some reason in my mind I've been picturing this country as a kind of war country with ruins and stuff, which is totally out of the context. I don't know why I've been thinking that, so I'm ashamed, because it's so nice here on the countryside. It kind of reminds me of Norway with this really lush green nature, so it's really nice. And also a little more twistier roads, that's nice. Dirt bikers that just pulled out in front of me. I wonder where they are going. As some of you may know, I love dirt bikes, and I got two bikes back at home, the 93 KX 125 and the 93 KX 500. I will be making some videos about them later.
You can put me in the trash can, throw me on the sidewalk, drop me at the crossroads, sell me at the thrift shop. I don't really care where you send me, send me, send me. No, I don't really care. You can drop me in the ocean, leave me in the alley, hide me in the basement, or leave me at the lost and found. I don't really care where you lose me, lose me, lose me, or if you choose me.
We seem to be heading up in the mountains. That's cool. I sometimes wish I did turn on the GPS function on the GoPro so that I could see my location all the time. But they say it draws a lot of battery, so that's why I haven't been using that. But I definitely should test it out at some time. Well, there's Jesus again. They have these statues of Jesus everywhere down here. We don't have that in Norway, so that's kind of interesting. So here I am on my way up into the Slovakian mountains, all alone, and it's a fantastic feeling. Who would have thought that I would ever do this? And the scenery is just great with the green fields. It really fills my heart with joy. I honestly have to say, it's fantastic. So I'm making the route as I go. This looked so nice. Well, this bike is not an R1, but I'm definitely not Valentino Rossi either, so it's a good match, I guess. I ride like a wuss, but I've had a lot of other bikes, bigger bikes, and several Kawasaki C1000s, and I honestly have to say that I feel that I have a lot more fun on smaller bikes with less performance, less horsepower, because you feel that you can really give it the beans, and it's not going that fast and it's not that dangerous, so I really like it, actually, even though it might sound like it was, which it's okay, I don't care. I've also had some Supermotards. The first one was a KTM 640 LC4 SM, and then I had a KTM SMC 690 2008, and I really love those bikes. So fun in the twisties, a really good setup. Many years ago, when I was snowmobiling with some friends up in the mountains of northern Norway, a good friend once said to me, "Joachim, you have a sense of direction as a dead fox." And that was pretty accurate, and it still is. So I'm spending some time trying to figure out where to go, where I am, blah blah blah. That's the way it is. Must have been something M, I guess. I'm around halfway through Slovakia now, and I was so lucky that there was another little mountain pass coming up, and it makes all the difference. So much more joyful riding. Well, the snap with my fingers wasn't supposed to be there, but I just wanted to let you know how I sync my videos. I use the snap with my fingers, or I clap my hands to sync the helmet camera and the camera on the bike. So that's the easiest way to do it, I found out, actually. Premiere Pro's built-in audio sync feature doesn't work with engine sounds, so I've just stopped trying to do that. Hello, Jesus. So I have around, let's see, 40 kilometers left to Hungary. So I'm going to go there and spend the night there at an Airbnb. Very cheap, only 600 kroners for an apartment, or around 60 euros. So that's great. I think this is Donau. really nice. And it's 24 degrees, really comfortable. A lot of traffic. Let's see if we can find this Airbnb in Ax. ACS is the name of the place. Perfect. So today we rode around 500 kilometers, but in today's video we only rode around 200 kilometers. That's because I ended the last video in the middle of the day, so that's the way it is. I also forgot to start the Kelimoto trekking when I left Auschwitz, so there is around 160 kilometers missing from the track. But for reference, this track ends where I stopped in that intersection where the BMW came rushing past me, the M something performance BMW. Just let me know in the comments if you want me to skip these trekking sessions. It might be a little too much, but some people really want to know where you are riding, so that's why I'm doing it. So that's it for today. See you tomorrow. Good morning. It's a new day, and I think we are heading for Österrike or Österreich today. The weather report isn't the best for the coming days, but I figure I will be able to have a good time still in the mountains there. I think so. But first, let's see how much gas. I have 84 kilometers left. Okay. Have to find a gas station. So I was up early and went for a little jog. So it's a good way to start the day, I think. This is the border to Österreich. Doesn't seem to be that much going on here. What the hell? Looks abandoned. Yeah. That was easy. On the highway, we are about to pass a town called Graz on our way to the Alps. A lot of traffic and it's 29 degrees, so that's the current situation.
Taking me a while to get it. Had to live and cry to appreciate life, and what you give is worth it. When you're holding me, when you hold me so close, I want further in under your skin. Wanna leave a mark so that I can be.
It's kind of late, but I got an Airbnb up in the mountains, I think, and there's a pass called Wurzen Pass that looks awesome on the map. So I'm not sure if I'm going to ride all of it today. Maybe I will take half of it today and the rest tomorrow. Depends on whether it gets dark or not. Wow, look at the mountains. I've been meeting extremely many motorcycles, so I guess that's a good sign.
You and me, better off, said and done. You and me are finished us before we even begun. Thank God. All the fun times we had.
We are now in Slovenia. Look at the mountains there, fantastic. That was a funny sign of some sort. So I did not think that I would be riding in the Alps already today, but that's the advantage of not planning. This is the Southern Limestone Alps, and the mountains surrounding it is called the Karawanks mountain range. So this is going to be real interesting. I'm so amazed by the use of rocks here. The corners are paved with stones made by hand. That's just a crazy way to build roads, but I guess the stones are much tougher and more wear resistant than the tarmac, so I guess that's why. Wow! This road was opened for the first time in 1739, and can you imagine the manual labor to build this road without today's modern machines? I think it's just close to unbelievable. But Wikipedia and Google says so, so I guess it's correct. But anyway, why am I not filming with both cameras right now? I absolutely should be doing that, but for some reason I'm not. I don't know why. That's just the way it turned out. Because I was focusing more on experiencing this fantastic road. Yeah, that's the way it is. So I got a little taste of the Alps. The scenery is just breathtaking, absolutely fantastic. I had to stop way too many times to take some photos. So I went up to the top of the Wurzen Pass, but I did not ride down the other side. Instead I rode back, and now I'm heading for my Airbnb, which is now just 2 kilometers from where I'm at right now. I stopped earlier and got some food, so that's all sorted, because the grocery store closed at 7 o'clock in Rateke, where I'm staying. Don't have a clue how to pronounce that. So that's the status. Hello, hello. Okay. So this is today's Airbnb in Slovenia. This was a little more expensive, 1,000 kroners. I guess that's because we are close to some really nice roads, but it's really okay. Noise. So that's it for today. We rode around 483 kilometers, which is pretty decent, and it's been the best day so far in this journey. If you have liked this video, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. So until next time, we are out.